Alrighty, people. I'm gonna get pretty passionate about this one. So let's see. Let's go over a little bit of history. 2020. When you sum these up, you get four. Because remember, in numerology, we omit the zeros. Double X for you. But yeah, that doesn't really matter. So we're focusing on the four. The four is represented by Uranus. Yeah, cue in the joke. Cue in the joke. Yeah, very funny. But in all seriousness, that's probably why it's double layered like that. Or you can't say it without someone laughing or saying a joke. But what I wanted to talk about that is that if the four represented that year, this is associated with Aquarius because Uranus rules Aquarius. So that means that the four represents disruption. And why does that matter? Well, because during these years between 2020 and 2021, sorry, 2020 to 2021, yep, people protested and they didn't know what exactly they were up against. I know I'm not the only one saying this or thinking this, but like I also want people to know that when something's projected onto us, to fight the big evil, to protest, people like Trump, and it's projected on TV, social media. You get called to do these big events to cause disruption. Somebody might be playing you, like whoever these groups are, they're playing you. So just remember that. So that's why I bring up 2020 because people were doing protests for masks, the quack scene, whatever it may be, and they didn't know what they were really going up against. So like I just knew it's like this is what we're gonna protest about. And what ends up happening is like, did anything really get achieved? And like yeah, they backed down because people were thinking for themselves. I guess at some point we did get smart about it, and we had to act on our own, not within groups. So like I would say that getting together and protesting over something on a massive scale, there might be some scripted things going on. So that's why I bring up 2020 because Scorpio season's coming up. So I'll write that down in a different color. So yeah, so in Scorpio season, I did mention that Uranus exalts. And what are they doing this weekend? On 10, 18, 2025 is they're gonna have massive protests in 50 states. So all of this is symbolic, involving numerology and astrology. So if we sum up the number, what kind of energy can we expect on this day? And this is right before Scorpio season. So it's like we're getting a buildup of this energy, of this disruptive energy of Uranus. And right before Scorpio season. So that means we're building up to something. So, like I said, if we sum up this numbers 10, 19, we get the infamous Mars influencing the one, which comes down to 1 plus 9 equals 10. So, number 10 would be a good thing, right? Normally. But we need to take in consideration everything else. Whenever people get together during a mass protest, it's like I always say, are people even prepared? It's like, are they even aware? Do they realize what we're up against? It's like, and it goes deep, like I like to share that, people have been living in a lower octave of reality. They were getting taken advantage of differently and they didn't react. Like, we still have people that are still walking asleep, unaware to reality, supporting different types of industries, different type of politic games, feeding into polarity. So, like I said, back in 2020, we had Uranus energy, which equates to disruption. And just to add that too, Uranus also represents electrical energy. Rise of technology. So when people are going to protest, whoever they're going to protest this weekend, keep in mind and keep watch of what will come from it. Because for every action, there's a reaction. And of course, they're already preparing for the reaction. So, be aware of that. All right. So to add to my original video, 2020 is a 4 year when we sum it up, right? 4 is Uranus. Uranus and 4 is Aquarius. The crown chakra is associated with Aquarius. Crown chakras were activated during the Corona COVID ritual. That's why this is important. Because it's like we're living a little mini ritual on the 18th, and everything lines up that way. So keep that in mind. Thanks.